back to another Cam and Dad video.
Yeah, welcome back.
So, Google Assistant's working pretty well. Okay, Google, turn off the living room TV.
Sorry. Hey Google.
Turn off the TV. Same thing. Or you know what this week is? It's Teacher Appreciation Week. Do you like Miss Briner? Is she one of your favorite teachers so far? Let's go. So yeah, it is Teacher Appreciation Week. Any students of mine are interested. Love shoes, size 11 to 12. I can make work. All right, have a good day. I'm gonna start making Mondays my top 5. Throughout Monday, I'm gonna do some of my personal top 5 lists. So I'm gonna start out with one that's kind of obvious. I mean, obviously one of the first top 5s I'd pick to do is basketball related. So the people I believe are the top 5 greatest players of all time, they're just my personal favorites. They might not be who I believe are the best of all time, but they're just my favorite. My number 5 favorite player of all times would be Dennis Rodman. Obviously, I grew up in the 90s. Those were my idols, specifically the Chicago Bulls. Before I ever had a basketball hoop, and I have a very vivid memory of this, I had a big round laundry basket. And I remember going in my room, getting out that brown laundry basket, and shooting a stuffed animal into the basket. That's kind of where it all started, and that was with the Bulls. That was my team. It still is my team. I really like players who know their role, do exactly what they're supposed to do, hard worker, and just go out every night and do their part for the team. I'm always about different, unique, and that was Dennis Rodman to a T. He played a lot of head game. He tried to get into the opponent's head a lot. He did that pretty successfully as well, but the definition of a team play. Now number 4, a little bit easier to put up towards the top of a list. I don't think he's going to be one who would be in my top 5 greatest players of all time. He's definitely one of my favorite players. I didn't like him when he played as much as looking back at what he did. It wasn't until I got a little bit older, and Allen Iverson was definitely one of my favorite players of all time. He was an amazing guy to watch, pound for pound, based on his size, his position, his weight, all of that. You could put him up there with a list of the best scorers of all time. He knew how to score the basketball, and he did it really well. He was super efficient at it. So, I mean, on top of the fact, he kind of brought back the crossover, which kind of had faded away for his time period. I mean, I don't know a lot of players today that had as good of a move as he had. I'm at the school. I'm gonna finish this list throughout the day. Alright, another Monday. I'm trying to figure out if I need to go get Lainey right now or if I'm just going home. So I ended up going to get Lainey. You see Lainey Lanes? You see Lanes? What you doing, Lanes? Just picked her up, and I should actually be able to swing by the post office on my way home. Should be home in a little bit. Hey, we're home! Let's go! How's your day?
Good. What's up, my brother? I'm just playing a song. You see that 2 birds?
Yep.
That too.
1, 2, 3. Let's hit up Domino's.
That's what she's barking at. He's smelling so good. He wants to play tag.
Someone didn't make it. Passed out in the wagon. Tuesday morning, we all fell asleep pretty early. We didn't do a whole lot. We watched TV and then went to bed. Had some fun at the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got today? I think I'd remember these schedules after a while, huh?
Yeah. Well, we actually do need egg cartons.
Who is another teacher you can appreciate? What about this guy right here?
Oh! Of course you, because you're my dad. I'm going to be my teacher.
Because where do you want to go to school?
Maryville High School.
and then Eastern Florida.
So we just go to school together?
Yeah.
Yesterday I got sidetracked on my way home and I planned on finishing my top 5 lists. I started with Dennis Rodman was 5, Allen Iverson was 4. And again, these are my favorite players, not to be confused with who I think are actually the greatest players of all time. Number 3 is definitely a Hall of Fame player. He's done some crazy, amazing things in his career. He had one of the best comeback single-handedly ever pulled off in the history of the NBA, and one of the best pure shooters. So number 3, Reggie Miller, was probably the best shooter in the league. Pacers had the ball, down 6 in their own end of the court. 18 seconds left.
Seen nearly 60 fouls falling. Actually, that is playoff game. Miller for 3, and he got it.
It was the best chance pass from either team.
Help! Oh, he threw it away. Reggie for 3.
And he wanted no parts of the function.
Is a time to play do in winning time. That differentiates between just a regular player and a superstar.
And that play alone was one of the reasons that I looked up to him and started enjoying watching him play. At number 2, I didn't like this player originally. He was one of those rivals, those guys you almost loved to hate. And over time, I grew to realize that he has one of the best work ethics there is ever. The other thing was his absolute killer instinct, and that is Kobe Bryant. The way he trained, the way he held himself. Obviously, my number 1, no big surprises here. The greatest player of all time, the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball, and that's Michael Jordan. 6 championships while he was playing back-to-back three-peat. Had he not retired, I honestly truly believe that they possibly could have won 8 championships. The reason Kobe was the way he was because of Michael Jordan. They were both kind of similar in that aspect of they were going to win at all costs. My favorite player of all time. The argument about today's players, I really find it hard to compare them side by side just because of it's played a lot different now than it was in the 90s. So I'm almost at the school now. We'll see you guys in a minute. It is Tuesday after school. Amanda is actually going to work a track meet tonight, so I got to get home so she can leave Lainey in Camden. So we do have basketball tonight from 5:30 to 7:30. I'm gonna drop Lainey off with my parents. Cam's either gonna come with me or he can stay at my parents too. Let's get home. Yeah, I came home and Amanda was watching Cam and Dad videos. The reason is it's as simple as this now.
Hey Google, play Cam and Dad videos.
Okay, playing Cam and Dad videos from YouTube on Living Room TV.
And voila.
Hopefully this video goes viral.
We have to go to a track meet tonight actually. Amanda's worried about being able to feed Lainey because she's going to be gone for a long time. I was going to go to basketball, but we're going to run up and grab food and then go to the track meet. Let's go! Just dropped Camden off with my parents. I'm going to grab dinner and then head back to Lake Central. I ended up being at the track meet. It's about 8:30 now. I'm headed back to grab Camden. Amanda took Lainey home. I ended up seeing a lot of kids from Maryville, which was cool. Maryville ended up finishing 3rd. Lake Central ended up winning. I'm pulling up to my parents' house. I'm gonna run in, grab Camden real quick, and then we're gonna head. It's basically his bedtime, so.
I was just playing outside, watching TV. My challenge was, I was like running around, wanting this place to start, then I would yell release, and then
Grandpa Mimi would let Bruno go.
Yeah, and as soon as Bruno would run like halfway, I would already be at the staircase and run up.
Alright, so we'll see you at home. Tuesday night, long day, long evening, headed to bed. All new Cam and Dad, coming at you. Wednesday morning, Amanda's home today with Lainey. I don't have to worry about dropping anyone off. I just got to the school. Looks like it's gonna rain. Alright, so as teacher, we get evaluated a couple times a year. And today, I think I have my last short evaluation. I want to make sure everyone's still on track and focused and finishing up. Tonight, Camden's going to do some training. Cam's home from school. We're heading up to basketball. You going to work hard?
Let's go. We're heading into Myers.
Your bloody nose got all over.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for.
What? Nerf guns?
Look what I found.
Why did you bring that up?
Because Dad watched it.
Who's my favorite superhero?
Deadpool.
Daddy?
Stop trying to show my homework.
Wednesday night, that's it for this vlog. We got back from basketball. Cam actually worked pretty hard for most of the time, but then he got a bloody nose and started bleeding everywhere. And overall, I mean, he's progressing. He's getting better every time, so that's all I can ask for. So thanks for watching. Here is one of my students for the outro.
And that's an instrumental job.
If you want to subscribe, click right here. If you want to watch our last 2 videos, click here and here. And as always, deuces.